once lived in a house that had a fig tree outside it. It never bore fruit. It certainly never gave me insights into God's reign. This week's passage from Mark seems like that fig tree. It does not bear fruit. As one scholar wrote about the details of the passage, it is not easy to assess either the meaning they had for first century Christians or the meaning that modern Christians are to draw from them. Yet, the first century Christian who wrote this gospel felt there was some meaning to be drawn from the passage as a whole, if not from the details. Ever since, the church has continued to proclaim it, even though the details are either wrong or incomprehensible. Is there something in this passage for our age as well? In our lives, there are events and situations that, to us at least, seem as overwhelmingly terrible as the sun dying or the stars falling. My plans and dreams fail. A relationship is betrayed. One I love suffers. I will die. Natural and man-made disasters destroy livelihoods and lives. War, injustice, violence, corruption, and poverty seem too powerful to be driven from our world. When these things strike home with me, the world may carry on, but so far as I'm concerned, it may as well have ended. Situations like that are invitations to despair. Why should I carry on? Why trust in God's love? Why risk loving or forgiving? A sort of spiritual and emotional paralysis can set in. I cease to desire, cease to pray, cease to hope. I may wish I were dead and gone. I may even be tempted to make that happen. The end of a world, whether it be the planet we live on, a society or nation, or my own private world, is a terrible thing. Is there an alternative to despair? There is hope, of course. But how can I hope when my world is destroyed? Whether another tells me to cheer up, or I say it to myself, I cannot do it. Cheer up is useful advice for small disappointments, but it does not work when a world ends. I want something upon which I can either restore my world or build a new one. Jesus tells us to learn from the way that seemingly dead trees send forth new shoots. There's something about the world God made that refuses to die forever. The flowing sap and the tiny buds remind us that we may have to look hard to see signs of new life, but they are there. Does that mean that after a bit of time, I can expect my world to be reborn as it was, as I want it? Painful experience says no. The fig tree is only a parable, not a paradigm or model. So what then is the evidence that can draw me from the edge of despair? Parables are nice, but my life is not a parable. It's real. The most conclusive evidence is in something else that Jesus says. In the midst of destruction, the Son of Man comes. When he comes, he will send out the angels and gather his elect from the four winds, from the ends of the earth to the ends of heaven. The risen Lord, the one who has gone through death to life, the conqueror of destruction, is with us when our world is destroyed. He does not reverse the destruction. Instead, his calling us to join him is compensation for all that we must endure. I may not think so, but I must at least have enough trust in the Lord to believe that he, having experienced the end of his world on the cross, knows better than I. The good news is not that God will make everything work out as we wish, but that he is with us in a special way when it seems our world is ending.